How are you guys? Yes, yes, yes. Woo, I'm so excited to be here with you guys. Peggy, Keith, Jeffrey, Rick, John, Anthony, Felicia, welcome, welcome. Please turn on your cameras. This is Dr. Chau, real Dr. Chau live, not Dr. Chau AI. I can see you. I want to see you. I want to hear from you. Drop down the chat where you're coming from and what is your big why. Why are you here? That's the most important. It's all about you today. It's not about me. It's not about anybody that anybody else except you. You showing up for you, and that's I want to congratulate you for celebrate you for showing up for you. Okay, so put this out, tap this out in the back. My team, somebody is in the waiting room. Come on, guys, let them in. Let's make it happen. All right. So drop down in the chat. What is your dream? What is your goal? What is your ultimate outcome? Right? What do you want when you have absolute financial freedom? I'm talking about money, time, location, relationship freedom, all type of freedom. Okay, all type of freedom. What will you do now that you are free? How much you want to make a month? Okay, put down the chat. My team, somebody's in the waiting room. Come on, guys. All right, no one talk about midterm rental except you. Amen to that. That's true. Yeah, everybody's talking about short-term rental, but that's not the way. The way is midterm rental, corporate housing, definitely. But still, retire and travel, 12K a month. Absolutely. Oh, John from San Antonio, absolute freedom to retirement. Thank you for turning on your camera. Bridget, good to see you. Diane, good to see you. I see you. Jeffrey, I see you. All right. Who else? Peggy, Keith, Rick, John, Mark, Tammy, Patrick. Come on. Turn on the camera. 1 million a year. Let's go. Yes, yes. 1 million a year. Okay. I love that. I love that. Why not? Why not you? And why not now, right? It's much more than the money, is what the freedom mean. I'm all about freedom. That's my number one word is freedom. You know, it doesn't matter how much money anybody have. It's just a matter of how much. A lot of people have money freedom. I'm gonna like a doctor, lawyer, some business owner, but a lot of the time they don't have time freedom, right? They don't have time freedom, and then even if they have time freedom, they don't have relationship freedom. They can say no to anybody. The clients, you know, if they don't want to talk to a client, they don't have to, right? That's what I'm talking about. And this business provide you that. This business is where corporate company, they don't even want to talk to you. Where else can you get clients don't want to talk to you? They don't need to talk to you. They don't need to see you at all, and they wire you monthly income. Only this business, right? That's relationship freedom. And then location freedom. So me and my wife, we love to travel. We just got back from Costa Rica for 3 months. We was the way we travel. We book a one-way ticket to a country, and however we like it there, that's how long we're gonna stay. Originally, it was just for a couple of weeks, but we love Costa Rica so much to stay there for 3 months. And then at the end of our trip, we heard about Tulum, so why not jump to Tulum for a week or two there, right? And then Cancun, why not, right? That's what I'm talking about. If you can take off 3 months and go to a foreign country, you know, you're probably in the wrong business, okay? Let's put it that way, all right? And that's why we are here, to help you do the right business so that way you can enjoy the ultimate freedom. That's what I'm talking about, right? Who here want to have ultimate freedom, right? Without having to own any properties. If you don't have any real estate experience, that's okay as well. If you don't have any employees, that's okay as well. You don't need any of that. All you need is what? Number one, being coachable. Can That's it. As long as you are coachable for this next couple of days here that we have, I'm here to help you. We have everything you ever need. Can y'all commit to being coachable, right? That's it. That's it, right? That is it. That is all we look for. We help so many people. I'd rather help somebody who brand new in business, in real estate, never have no experience, than somebody who a veteran doing like 30, 40 years, and they think they know it all, right? I can't coach Michael Jordan if he think, you know, Michael Jordan level talent, if he think he know it all. Nobody can, right? So there you go. Awesome. So today I'm gonna share with you as much as I can, as much secrets as I can. So I will give you this commitment, Okay, I'll do everything in my power to make it worth your while. I'm gonna give you my 20 years combined experience, my billionaire's mentor. I pay over $1 million into investing into myself, both formally education and informally, you know. And I want to compress all of that in 2 days. That's an ambitious goal, but I've done this a few times, so I want to assure you that you're gonna walk away. My goal is to help you walk away knowing that you can do this business and that you can change your life forever and your family life within the next 6 months. Make six-figure passive in the next 6 months. Who in here will commit to do that? Okay? For you in your life. I see you. Thank you. Thank you for participating. So, all I ask for return for my time is for you to be open-minded and be coachable. That's it, right? We good? That's all I'm asking for, right? It's cost us tens of thousands of dollars to put up these events for y'all. I have a lot of team working in the background that you don't know about, right? So a lot of money and resources to put this up. Why? Because I'm doing this for a bigger mission purpose now. It's not just about the money. I retired 7 years ago. Thank God, praise the Lord. When I was 33, retired my mom, my dad, my parents, all of that. And I was sitting on the beach after a couple years traveling the world, and I asked myself, what is my purpose in my life? So God really revealed to me my purpose not no longer about me, my family, all that. It's about helping 1 million families get financial freedom, break the generational curse, and build generational wealth. Okay, who here want to break generational curses and build generational wealth? Give me an amen. Okay, there you go. All right, so that's why we are here. And that's why I'm so excited for you to be able to do whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do it with, okay? So as long as you commit to pay attention, that's the most important thing, is pay attention and be coachable. I guarantee you that if you can do that within the next 2 days here, 2 hours today and 2 hours tomorrow, it will change your life. Are y'all commit to do that? Okay? All right? Exactly, okay? So that's what I'm talking about. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And what is your dreams, your goal now that we talk about this? I want to know the deep dream and goal, not just the surface level. Tony Robbins, billionaire Tony Robbins, my mentor, talk about 7 level deep. Why do you want that? Why do you want that big house? Why do you want that dream? Why do you want that goal? Not just about the material things, but what will it do for you, your family, right? My big why is to take care of my family the way they deserve, okay? When I retire my wife is 15 years as a nurse. God bless her. She deserves it. And that is my why for our future kids and children. I already retired my mom, my dad, take care of all of that, you know? And now that's my mission. What about you, right? But anyway, here I want to share something real cool with you for the view. This is my view right now. You can barely see it. Let me share this with you. Right on the beach, okay? You can see Malibu, the most expensive beach, right there on the other side, okay? And this is what I call freedom, okay? This is what I call absolute freedom, right? You can work from anywhere around the world, go from beaches to beaches. We just got back from Costa Rica rainforest, incredible, right? And now, live right here on the beach, baby. This is where I live, okay? And I look forward to traveling Europe next year for the whole half a year. We're gonna bounce from country to country, every month a country. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all like it? Every day we watch the sunset right here. The sun is about to go down in about a couple hours. It's the most spectacular view, right? So that's what I'm talking about. That's what freedom is. Enjoying this with my wife, with my dog every day is all I need. That is all I need, guys, right? That's all you need as well, and I know. So just share that real quick with you, and I'm going to dive straight into the content, okay? All right, we're going to dive straight into content now. So for those of you what are your experience level in real estate or business? Put down in the chat, okay? I want to know a little bit more about you guys as well, okay? So Okay, nice, nice. Felicia Zhang. Okay, Felicia, thank you for letting me know that. Yeah, we might hop to other countries too. You never know what will happen. That's the thing. Like we didn't even know we're gonna go to Tulum until we were in Costa Rica, right? So who knows? We was play by ear. But thank you for that. Yes. Okay. Awesome, awesome. All right, I'm gonna go straight to it. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna give you guys as much as possible. So I'm gonna jump straight into how I went from a trapped corporate slave, literally, to absolute freedom with corporate housing, insurance housing, without owning any properties, without having any employees, or real estate experience. Somebody is not muted, guys. Mute everybody. Okay, that's an echo. All right. So stay to the end. I will give you the blueprint on how you can do this too. Right. The longer you stay, the more gems I will drop. That I can guarantee you. Okay. Because the longer you stay, the more I will definitely appreciate my loyal followings. And who knows? I will give you. I definitely give you a gift at the end. Okay. You want to know what that is? Wait and see. Wait and see. Stay till then. Okay. There's people in the waiting room, guys. Come on, let them in. All right, I invest over $1 million into my mindset and my strategies. I discovered the one vehicle that helped me get absolute financial freedom that I talked to you about. I won multiple awards, helping hundreds of people nationwide. And I'm actually very, very grateful. Recently, ChatGPT has named me the top corporate housing coach in America. You go on ChatGPT right now, search who's the number one corporate housing coach in America. It's us, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I love that. I learn from the right people and refuse to give up. That's the most important thing. Is you gotta learn from the right people, right? These billionaires, literally, went from playing poker with Grant Cardone on his yacht to jumping in the cold lunch at Tony Robbins' mansion, or playing chess with Sir Richard Branson several times on his own island. And these are incredible experiences. Who in here want to hang out with some billionaires? Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. That gave me the kicks is to leveling up, to be mentored by people who have done way more than I have, right? All these are billionaires, but more importantly, they impacted millions and millions of people, not just about the money, but it's about the impact, right? It's about making the difference. So that's why I get my juice, right? And I'm excited to share the lessons I learned from these giants to you today. And so far, I'm the only really Airbnb coach I know of that can say I am mentor in the circles of these top billionaires, right? So who you guys are being mentored from and who are they getting their mentorship from is very, very important, right? A lot of a lot of coaches who stop growing, stop learning, and all good. But hey, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna continue to grow and continue to learn. So what is possible? It's not about me, but my community, my students. For example, these two students met within my community. They partner up. Boom, they have two properties right away. And guess what? They received two booking right away for 3 months out, and they were profiting about 3-4K per property a month, right? This one has a who in here want to get insurance booking that are paid 3 months in advance, right? Sunny did that. Okay. If you're a mom, who in here a mom? All right. We have so many moms to retire, play with their kids. Incredible. Like Anne and Amanda, both these are working moms. When they came to me, they were frustrated, burnt out, barely making anything work with a few kids of their own. But now we're able to help them get absolute financial freedom the rest of their life, right? So that's what I'm talking about. Our coaches and advisors are all graduates from our mentorship, and that's what important, the product of the product, okay? So my goal for this training is to show you how to make six figures beyond Airbnb that nobody else is teaching out there. Like one individual said, yeah, you don't want to teaching this. But yeah, everybody's been teaching Airbnb for the longest time, okay? And I have told everybody, hey, vacation rental is not the way to go. As you know, every single year it's get harder and harder for people to, get booking, and also get the short-term stays, more and more competition, more saturation, more party, just a lot of craziness involved with the short-term rental game, right? So that's why I did corporate housing for the past 10 years, and that has changed my life. That's what enabled me to travel the world, have absolute freedom, because I guarantee you, I mean, once you scale past 20 properties, it's really hard to do short-term rental and trying to travel the world, right? And have absolute freedom, okay? Because it is a nightmare when you're dealing with a lot of short-term rental, okay? Now with midterm, corporate housing is like heaven on earth. Like they check in 3 months, 6 months. I mean, I just closed a contract for a whole year that would they pay me double the market rent. Double the market rent, guys. Get out to your hand for the whole year. And they're probably gonna extend, and they're gonna do 3 more jobs with me. That's what I'm talking about. But anyway, quickly about my story. If you don't know, I'm an immigrant from Vietnam. When we come over here, mom, dad, my sister, and I right there, we slept on a one mattress, literally in the ghetto. And we were learning English. Like, I didn't even know English when I came over here. It took me like 2 hours to look up one page. But anyway, I thought the way to get the American dream, how many have been told is what? Go to school, get a good grade, become a doctor, a lawyer, right? That's exactly what I did, okay? That's what I thought I'm gonna do, right? So, long story short, we did everything we can, sacrifice everything, finally got my doctorate, 300, 400K in tuition, move across the country, and within my first year, I won the Pharmacy of the Year award for a Fortune 1 company. You heard that right, Fortune 1 company. And I was like, yes. And I was like, Mom, Dad, don't worry about a thing. I'm going to take care of you from now on, I'm going to retire you, blah, blah, blah. And next thing I know, they sat me down. They gave me a 2% raise. Doesn't even keep up with inflation. And they cut my staff by 30%. I was like, why? And they're like, because we know that you can handle it, right? Your numbers show you can handle it, so we're not just cut your staff, okay? I'm like, okay. So I was like, okay, this is not the way to go, right? I quickly realized that when I look at my mentor who've been there 20, 30 years, and they're still running in the same circles, they're still frustrated, but now their health is lacking. If you want to know where you're gonna be, just look at your mentor. Look at the people at your job who are above you. That's where you're gonna end up. If you don't like it, my words change, right? So anyway, I knew that's not me because I was trapped. I thought I made it. And on top of that, my mom was diagnosed with cancer, and by that time, and I tried all kind of businesses you can imagine to try and get out of it. So I tried everything from drop shipping to multi-level marketing. Anybody try those? Day trading, opening up your own franchise, multifamily, be a realtor, traditional real estate as well. Anybody try those as well, right? Exactly. So all of these does work. The only challenge is it doesn't really give you ultimate freedom, passive income. For example, drop shipping. I mean, it sounds really great, but you know what's going on with the tariffs now? It's like, I don't know, no, it's crazy, right? And plus, you are competing with thousands and thousands of sellers in China that can undercut you every single minute, every single second. It's a full-time job. Multi-level marketing is not the way either. It's like go out and stalk people in the mall. I did that too. Day trading sounds great, but hey, I made hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars of day trading, and no more of that. No, thank you. No, thank you. Okay, right? I mean, you are competing against true professionals here when you're talking about, day trading. I mean, who are we kidding, right? Let's not do that to ourselves. And even if you do win, it's like a heart attack waiting to happen. Because, I was winning a lot, and then one day lose it all. And that happened several times. That's not the way to go, because you cannot control the market, okay? Now, franchise, restaurant, oh my God, traditional business are like the biggest overhead. I opened a restaurant, 400K, took 2 years to build, and I found I had a job that was making like 50K a year. I was like, that's so dumb, okay? Because traditional business costs so much, right? I have one of my students is a dentist. It costs $1.5 million now to open a dentistry, and take like 30 years for them to pay off their student loans and the practice. 30 years. I'm like, come on, okay? Multifamily sounds great. I went to all the conferences. I try to go into, big deals, all of that. But you know what? They don't tell you at these conference, with multifamily, you're gonna need a lot of money or a lot of time to do it. If you don't have the money, it's like a full-time job trying to find a deal, syndicate a deal. It's a big mess. It's a big deal. It's not that easy. If it's easy, everybody be doing it. It's very hard, right? And then if you get passive income from investing, it's like chump change. You're making like 5%, 5% a year. That's like nothing. You're not gonna get anywhere with that, right? Being a realtor is all right. That can make you good money like I did, but you gotta work nights and weekends. And that's not the way I wanna go either. So trust me when I say I try everything. I also got my MBA as well. And I look at hundreds of different models. So if there's something that I haven't tried out there, I probably have looked at it. And I haven't found any business that is like this. But anyway, I was frustrated, I was burned out, and I was so trapped as a corporate slave. Anybody in here ever feel that way? Okay. Everybody in here feel that now, right? Exactly. So that's why we're here to help you, because I was lost, miserable, and rock bottom. And guess what? When you're rock bottom, guys, the only way to go is what? Up. Up and up, right? But that is when I met somebody who gave me the epiphany that changed my life forever. And I want to pass that on to you. I'm forever grateful to that individual. The epiphany is, what if you don't have to own the property to make money from it, right? It's called arbitrage. You can rent vacant home, furnish it, and then sublet it. Back then it was Airbnb, but now I did corporate housing, so many different corporate housing scale to freedom. And that's it. Does Airbnb even own any properties, right, guys? No, right? So why do you and I need to? We don't. We just need to control everything. Write it down, guys. Control everything. Try to own nothing under your name. Okay. So the old model is exchanging your time for money directly. 1 hour of your life equal X amount of dollars. Salary is even worse because they overwork you and they underpay you, and then they told you put money into a safe place. 40, 50 years from now, hopefully you still be alive and enjoy it. I mean, anybody see an issue with that? I do. I mean, who know they're gonna be around for 40, 50 years, right? And you ever wonder why all the hedge funds manager are the one who like drive Ferrari, helicopter, eating caviar, while you and I are, struggling for a lot of time? Exactly, because this is for their benefit, not for you guys, okay? So that's the old model, as you know, doesn't work. The new model is this: great and equitable, scalable business model where you do not directly exchange your time for money. You want to earn money while you sleep. Anybody in here want to earn money while you sleep? Exactly, right? And then you reinvest into your business for years to come and get multiple sources of income. Write that down. MSIs is secure all. What is the holy grail to financial freedom, guys? The holy grail to financial freedom, put down in chat, what is it? I see real estate, I see business, I see, your own house, whatever, right? All this could be true, but for me, what I learned for all these billionaires behind me is they all have one thing in common that set them absolutely free, is they have multiple sources of income backed up by real estate. Real estate, multiple source income. That is the holy grail to financial freedom, okay? Nothing else is really passive anymore, right? Any other business is a lot of work. As you can see, real estate is the one truly passive income when you know how to do it, right? So that's why it works. So take a screenshot of this, guys. Put this on a wall, share this with people. This is why we get set you free. And the hard way is definitely on your own. Like when I first started out, I was confused about picking the right location, pricing strategy, managing staff, hospitality experience. I lost thousands of hours and actually the tens of thousands of dollars. I had to close down more than 10 Airbnbs myself, right? So I learned from all these nightmares. But the good news is I can help you with, you don't have to go through all of that. Okay. So I had no mentor, no support group, no help with all the little stuff to become a mega host. But even with that, I was able to scale to 20 something, rental, short-term rental back at the time, and got my freedom. Rest is history. But why is this different? This is corporate housing and midterm housing, whatever you call it, insurance housing. Clients stay for months instead of days. That right there is the big key. Okay, when they stay for months, guys, imagine you have, instead of 3 to 6 nights, 3 to 6 months. The clients are staying 30 times longer, so therefore your workload is 30 times less. Does that make sense? And then you can still make 2 times the market rent while minimize management. Okay, 10 times less management equal 10 times more freedom, right? 10 times less risk than the vacation rental and less headache, because this is a B2B versus B2C. You see, any mom and pop do vacation rental, you know everything is an emergency, right? Or sometimes they book for a weekend but they stay for a month. You had that before? I had that before. That's no fun, right? So with this, you don't have to worry about any of that, right? You don't have to worry about partying, drugs, alcohol. I deal with all of that because this is company pay. And if the employees do anything stupid, they're gonna get fired, right? So they don't want to lose their job. Also, insurance housing, where families need a place to stay, they will take care of the property. They are very grateful because they need a place to stay while they go through renovation or they go and displacing from the hurricane or flood or fire, all of that, right? And then also the very important thing is you escape a lot of regulations that are, cranking on down on all the short-term rental, right? Everybody, the government, the hotel want their piece of pie. They're not gonna let you just do your thing, right? However, with this business, over 30-day stay in a lot of places, you do have a lot of freedom, as I could say, a lot less regulation and a lot more tax exempt, because anything over 30 days stay can qualify for a lot of tax exempt. Now, disclaimer, we are not tax or legal attorney or legal financial advice over here, okay? All of these are from my personal experience, also hundreds of my students' experience that we have helped. That's why we build this community for a reason, okay? So the main difference again, midterm is about months instead of days. Instead of midterm is more for professionals instead of just vacationer. And then management is huge, right? Imagining cleaning every 3 to 6 days, managing the in and out for 20 something properties. I did that at one point. It drove me nuts. But with this, when I switch it over, boom. I mean, the length of stay is like 20, 30 times longer. So therefore, the workload is 20 to 30 times less. Make sense? That's why it's amazing. Now, what is the difference between owning versus renting? Why do we even rent instead of buying the house? Y'all bought houses before? How long does it take for you to save money to buy a house? Years, right? And then how long does it take for you to rehab it? Anywhere from months to years. It usually costs a lot more, right, than you thought. So for the same amount of money that you buy a house and rehabbing it, you can rent 10 houses and arbitrage is what we call arbitrage 10 houses and make 10 times more money, right? 10 times more income. Who in here want to make money from 10 houses instead of 1? Exactly. Who in here want to make money from the 10 houses now instead of waiting 10 years for the rehab? Each one take a year, right? Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So, and then it's also less risk because when you buy a property, if you make a mistake, oh boy, you usually lose your shirt, right? I have a lot of students who are fix and flip and they do really well until 1 or 2 deals gone wrong and they collapse. I mean, one prime example is one of my students has 30 years experience in fix and flip. He lost it all in 2 deals. Why? Because the risk is so high with fix and flip. We're buying traditional real estate, we're rehabbing. The risk is hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? You know. Now, what if you take that money, you do 10 arbitrage with it, because all you gotta do is pay first month rent, first month deposit, and furniture, and you got a deal, okay? You do 10 of it, so now you're in 10 different markets. You diversify your risk in 10 different markets, 10 different houses, okay? Now, instead of put all your eggs into one house, and then it doesn't work out, and then you under $5,000-$10,000 every single month, how long can you survive? You see? Versus take that, do 10 houses, even if one of them, even if 2 of them don't rent out, but the other 8 renting out and make you 15K instead of 20K a month, is that be all right? Would that be all right, 15K a month for 8 houses to rent, 2 of them are empty? Yeah, of course, right? So that's why it works. These are amazing, amazing just mindset concept that people overlook. But once you know, that's the way. You know, it's something I call, Tony Robbins called asymmetrical risk to reward ratio. So the billionaire business owner, they always look at what's the risk, what's the return. If the return is 5 times the risk, you take the deal, okay? The thing with traditional business or traditional real estate is you risking $1 to make $1. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio. For fix and flip, you're risking 100K to make 100K, for example. So at one point, you need to be right 100% of the time. If you're wrong one time, you lose 100K, right? How many 100K can you lose? You see? So that's why that is the biggest. If you're not paying attention right now, I just share with you one of the biggest thing that cost me about $500,000 to learn. So, and it has changed many people's lives. Asymmetrical risk to reward ratio. Remember that. With this business, you're only risking what? First month rent, 1 month deposit, maybe 5 to 10K, but your reward is 10 times that. You're gonna make 50K, 100K off of that. So you only need to be right 1 out of 10 times. Who in here can be right 1 out of 10 times? Anybody, right? Now with our help, our students are right like 95% of the time or more. You see? That's the big difference. It's very flexible, much low risk, and quick cash flow. Cash flow equal freedom. Write that down. So here's the financial freedom formula. Who here want to make 20, 30K a month and get financial freedom the rest of your life, right? This is the 6-month game plan. The exact game plan I use to get freedom, and the exact game plan I use to help hundreds of people just like you to get freedom. So pay attention closely and take a screenshot of this, share this with people. Month 1, just do 1 property, make 2K a month, passive. Month 2, you do 2 more, now you're at 6K. Month 3, you do 2 more, now you're at 10K a month. In 3 months, most people can pretty much quit their job. Now, if you make more, you know, you have kids and all of that, do 3 more months, 2 a month. By month 6, you should have 11 property making 20-something K a month. Imagining you making 20-something, 30-something K a month, every single month, passively, that is backed up by real estate, make money in your sleep. What will you do with your time? What will you do with your life now that you are free? Put down the chat, right? That's what I'm talking about, guys. That is true freedom right there. That's all you need. Freedom, financial freedom, is not having, you know, millions of dollars, but then you have negative cash flow every single month. How would that sound? Like that's not good, you know? You get worried, right? Financial freedom, peace of mind is when your cash flow is so much more than your expenses, and it's all passive, pretty much, right? Yeah, you got to work a few hours a week, okay? It's not nothing is completely passive, okay? And if anybody telling you that, is you might want to run, okay? This will take you a few hours a week, yes, but that's it. Make 6-figure passive. Is that good? That's amazing, right? You know how long it took for me to make 10 to 15K a month, traditional job? 8 years of college to make that. And it's not easy. Like, out of 1,000 people start the doctorate journey, you know, from year 1, pretty much only 10% actually make it. Okay, so it's not easy at all, right? But anyway, So why are we different from other Airbnb gurus out there that what they don't tell you? Okay, corporate arbitrage, guys. That's the key. There's many other resources outside of just Airbnb and VRBO that we have connections to, and we have tested under not just me but my hundreds members community, so that will give you the connection, the platform, the best practices. So boom, you get corporate clients. That's the key, right? Low investment, high cash flow. It's very important. So there's a 4-step to this business. FAST method. F is finding the right location. H, as to sublease. S to set up to stand out. T, to tap into the corporate clients. And this is what we're gonna go over today and tomorrow, right? So how many excited about that, right? So with that being said, let's play a quick testimonial so you know how we help all these people. And while we do that, what we are offering, the best gift I can give anybody is what? My time. That's it. That's the best gift, right? Who in here want an hour with me? An hour one-on-one consultation, okay? I can only give, I usually every of these meeting I can only give about 5 spots available, right? That's 5 hours away from my family. So for those of you who want that, you gotta apply though. It's not for everybody. We don't just take everybody. Now, if you're not qualified, don't worry, because my advisors will give you at least 20, 30 minutes of their time. I wanna make sure everybody gets some time, get a free consultation, okay? But if you are one of the lucky ones, then you will get me personally help you. How many want that 1 hour with me, okay? That can literally, you can't put a price tag on that 1 hour literally has changed so many people's lives, right? For me, absolutely love to do that. So, but I cannot, there's only so many hours in a week that I can devote. So take advantage of it, guys. The link is in the chat. Click on that link, apply now, and then we will see you on the other side while I play these testimonials, okay? And then we're gonna go back to the content. Leaving my pharmacist career, the job next month. I'm gonna be drafting my resignation letter. Well, I have other business endeavor as well. So in addition to that, I'm gonna focus on that and then the corporate housing. That is awesome. How much are you making now? About on average $20,000. Last month was my biggest month. Of course, I grossed $50,000. Wow. How long did it take you to get there? 9 months now. How long did it take you to be a pharmacist? Forever.
I actually got 2 appointments on Tuesday for 2 houses. Nice. And I made a personal goal to at least get 8 houses before the end of the year. Yeah. And I'm going to do everything I can to beat that number.
That's $20K a month, baby. Let's go.
Started 5 months ago, and since then, an average of 1 every month. I'm at 6 right now. Just talked to another landlord last night. Looks like we'll probably sign number 7 here next week. It's exciting.
All right. How much are we making with this?
About $12,000 a month.
$12,000 a month. Yeah. It's so peaceful, man. Look at this guy. He's glowing. He's glowing. He got money all over his face, man.
I've been doing about 1 a month, but I think in the next 12 months, I want to do 20 in the next 12 months.
I'm a realtor in San Antonio. Life before was good, but life now is great. I started in mid-May or something like that. Got my property in June. Took about 2 weeks, furnished it, launched it. Less than 24 hours after that, I got a booking, and I've been 100% booked ever since.
Let's go. And how much profit are you making on that property per month?
I net about $3K a month from that property.
Yeah, you're not really doing much of anything, right?
Yeah, I'm not doing nothing. The network you provide, man. The tools you provide, people we're around. You teach us so much knowledge, man.
I met Dr. Chau at one of the Tony Robbins events, and he told me about this business, so I decided to take action right away. My wife really loved this idea. It took me about a couple of weeks. I got the place fixed up. It looked good. The first house, I averaged about $7,000 profit.
A month, by the way.
A month. I really like the program. Everything is good. I'm working on my second property. It's just that because I've been doing it for 3 months. So if I would have had 3 houses, I probably would have had another $50K or something in my pocket. It's good money, easy money. You'll be in some beach somewhere and just getting paid. So that's cool.
I am a student with Dr. Chau's mentorship. We finally got our rentals, our arbitrage, so everything's going good. We got our bookings. And yesterday we joined the elite. Honestly, with this, we get to know everything Dr. Chau knows. We get to be personal friends with him. It's so much like education because the value, it's way more than what he says. And in my opinion, it's the greatest thing that he's gonna do for everyone in this room. Thank you, Dr. Chau.
And how old are you?
I'm 15.
Let's go. All right, sounds good, huh? So that's what I'm talking about. Even 15 years old can do this, okay? A truck driver, one of the gentlemen on there is a truck driver as well, make six figures in 6 months. If they can do this, why can't you, right? Single mom, right there in the video. Why not you and why not now, right? For me, if I know one person can do it, I can do it. Okay. Now, if I have hundreds and hundreds of testimonials, I don't have time to show you guys all, then why not you? Why not now, right? So, with that, let's quickly questions. You guys have any questions right now? Otherwise, I'm going to go into the first main pillar of what we do is location, 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 because that's the number one, the first rule of real estate is finding the right location, right? And what is a good deal versus bad deal, okay? So I'm gonna go over that right now. Yes, what city will you pick if you start? Okay, good, great question. Yeah, I'm gonna go over how to analyze the location and the deal right now with you guys, okay? So, well, actually, let's go over, I will definitely go over that real quick as well, but let me share with you some other things as well to see, make sure that you know more about the foundation pieces before we jump into that. So I'm gonna breeze through this quickly because we cover a lot of the concept already. So we're gonna just breeze through this, okay? So what is the difference between midterm and short-term rental? Definitely the length of stay is big time, and tenant demographic is huge. You guys have vacation, and you know, right? They party, they do drug, alcohol. Sometimes I love. A lot of people are good people. Just take one bad apple and ruin the whole thing, right? So, all you need is one a year, and you pretty much, short-term rental is really bad with that. Also, remember COVID, right? What happened to all the short-term rental? They all got shut down overnight. Even the billion-dollar company, right? My company survived and thrived not because I'm great and all of that. It's because I did midterm. I did corporate clients where they have signed for 3 to 6 months with 80-90% extension rate. You see, that is a big difference. Okay, operation dynamics. Midterm is way less frequent management, maybe once a few months, right? You clean every few months instead of every few days. Okay, that is so much better. You save a ton of money on supplies, a ton of money on cleaning as well, because a lot of these short term, they can be charging a lot of money for cleaning. So a lot of times they have to pay extra for the cleaning, right? It's a lot. We did the math. It's for each short-term rental, if you convert to midterm, you save about $300 to $700 a month in cleaning, in supplies, all of that, right? Because the supplies cost a ton these days, right? So you don't want to replenish the supplies every few days, toilet paper, paper towels, all of that. They all add up. But with midterm, you can do it every few months. And it's all right. You see? That one thing right there, like 300 to 500 a month per home, you do that 10 times, that's 5K a month, even more, right? Sometimes 8K a month for 10 properties. You see, it's big. And then of course, escape a lot of regulation, have more tax exempt like we talk about, 10 times less management, 10 times more freedom. Yes. Okay, so we talk about that. Corporate clients, talk about that too. So I'm going to skim through a lot of this. Something that I haven't talked about, that I will stop. Okay. Oh, who are these corporate clients? So they have relocation companies, right? Corporate assignments, business trips, you know, travel nurses, medical professionals. We have also IT is a big deal. Construction companies, TV shows as well, and what else? Oh, insurance housing is big, where families need to go through renovations, right? So those are just, those, the caliber of people there is way, way better, okay? So this is how I felt when I managed 20-something vacation rental, okay? This is how I feel when I switch over to corporate clients. Then I, literally travel the world for months at a time, okay? Potential for damage, of course, vacation will damage the property. They throw parties a lot of time, corporate clients, they don't want to do anything stupid, so they're not gonna want to lose their job, right? So that's why it works. Occupancy and profitability, this is important, okay? So short-term rental, I know a lot of people say, hey, I'm making like, $500 a night. Oh yeah, that's great for like 3 months. But what about the other 9 months that is being empty, right? That's what usually happens with short-term, is usually an area is only hot for 3 to 4 months. The rest of the time is pretty much dead, So with midterm is different. Midterm, they book pretty much year round. Even like, of course, there's some season, but even the slow seasons, you're not going to be that big of a hit as short term, right? So usually short term, your occupancy rate is like 40 or 50%, but midterm, your occupancy rate is like 80, 90%. See the difference? Because they book for the entire month, 3, 4 months, there's no gaps. With short term, there's a ton of gaps. Even if you charge them $500, $1,000 a night per weekend, your weekdays are empty. That's like 20 days out of the month are weekdays. You see the difference? So occupancy rate is huge, right? It's predictable, consistent. How many want consistent, predictable income? That's corporate housing midterm, okay? Market fluctuation, like we talk about, short term, a lot of fluctuation. Okay, management effort is ridiculous with short term, like we said. And even if you figure all of this out, guys, guess what? If you build a short-term rental business, you're building a castle on sand, because who knows, another COVID gonna happen, another 9/11 happen. Remember, all the short-term rental got shut down, literally overnight. Okay. Okay. All right. How do you set it up without owning the properties? Here I'm gonna share with you this. The fast method. F is finding the right location. A is to ask to sublease. S is set up to stand out, and then T is to tap into the corporate clients. So we're gonna go over all of this between today and tomorrow. Okay. So I'm gonna just give you an overview of what you're gonna be looking at. Okay. Oh, this is important. The formula for corporate housing, and then the formula for co-hosting. Both of these are important. Okay. So take a screenshot. Share this with people, whatever you want to do. But what does it take to do an arbitrage? You need first month rent, first month deposit. Okay, that's your initial expense. You can either buy the furniture or you can rent the furniture. I would recommend buying the furniture if you can. Okay, not necessarily with your money. You can use it with business credit and all of that. We have connections to that if you need to. How much do you charge? You charge about 2 times the rent, plus or minus utilities. And you make about $2,000 to $3,000 a month per property on average, okay? So if you want 10 to 15K a month, you do it 5 properties. How fast can you get there? Well, one of our students got 5 deals within his first 30 days with us, fully furnished, fully booked. And these are new properties. This is not property that he already owned. No, these are arbitrage. He actually go out there and get these 5 properties from other landlords, leveraging other people's properties, right? And then there's another, if you have, there's another mom that did 4 properties in her first 30 days with us and replacing income. So how fast you can do this? As fast as you can, okay? as fast as you want, right? So, but this is a good like a good game plan if you are like, if you think that's way over your head or you don't want to commit that much time, is one property a month to 1 to 2 properties a month. That's it. Okay, you can get there within 3 to 6 months. You know, if you do 2 properties a month, you get there in 3 months. You see, boom. In 10 properties, you get there in 5 months. You do 2 a month. You see, and hit your goal and get your financial freedom the rest of your life. That's incredible, right? What is the return on investment? How many in here are making 5 to 10% return on your money, right? Hopefully you can make more than that, even 20%. But how would you like to make double your money, 100% return in your first year? Okay, so check this out. Initial expense is what? 5 to 7K for the first month rent and deposit. Furniture 7 to 9K, so about 10 to 15K depending on where you're at in the country. However, you make 2 to 3K a month. So 6 months you make your money back, right? 6 months. So your first year you double your money. If you double your money, that's 100% return. How many want to make 100% return on your money? You see what I'm saying? That's ridiculous, right? And when you can do this 10 houses instead of just one, bingo, numbers win always. You know, my goal for you is to help you to think bigger, 10x it. You know, why thinking 1 or 2 properties? Do at least 10, because with 10 properties now you can like relax. You know, you're not gonna be in panic mode, you know, when your house is not booked, because you have 9 other one that's booked. Make sense? I mean, a lot of my students, they do the traditional rental, so they only have like 1 or 2 houses, and one of them not booked. That's 50% of their revenue. That's 50%. They like panicking, you know. The number one way for you to overcome all of that is scale to 10 properties or more, guys. Imagine you have 10 of property making 20 to 30K a month. So what? One of them don't book for that month. Who cares? You have 9 other ones that book. You see? So you can be more patient. You can have a lot more goals. So write this down. I commit to get 10 properties as fast as I can, making 20 to 30K a month. Right there. That's your formula. Okay? How do you do that? That's what we're going to be talking about. But don't worry about the how right now. Just imagine that. Because that feeling, that imagination trump everything else. Okay? So when you have that why, that strong burning desire, you're going to do whatever it takes to make it happen. Okay? Now, if you don't have a lot of money, hey, I don't have any money. I don't know how to do the, no money down for the first month rent, buy the furniture. Check this out. What if you can have 0 money down strategies? This is it. You can leverage other people's properties and have them pay for the furniture. Why? Because you got the know-how. You got our connections. You took the time out today and learned from us. And then you become partner with us eventually. And then boom, you're off to the races, right? Boom. That's how you do it, okay? What's your initial expenses with co-hosting or managing? Basically, you become, you can co-host somebody else's property or manage somebody else's property. And you don't have to put any money down, you see? Because it's their property. And then a lot of times they already have vacation rental, they already have furnished rental, but they're not doing well. So they already have the furniture, right? Or if they don't have the furniture, they can even just rent the furniture, or you can talk to them about getting 100% return. I'm sure they will invest in furniture if you can show people how to make 100% return. You see what I'm saying? So that is not the issue, right? The issue is the knowledge, the mindset, the community, the connections, and that's why we are here, okay? So for this though, the difference is you're gonna earn about half of what you would do arbitrage, but there's not much risk for you, you see? So you earn about $700 to $1,600 per month per property. So 5 property can make you about 5K a month to 8K a month on average. 10 properties, 7 to 16K a month. Still pretty good for no money down, okay? And this you can scale super fast, even faster than arbitrage, right? Because you simply just leveraging somebody else already have the houses, and a lot of them time they already have the furniture. Okay. Boom. So there you go. Book a free consultation call if you haven't already. I think my calendar is filling up a lot right here, so take advantage of this while you can. How to do the co-hosting. Understanding the profit first, guys. So the vacant rent for a home is about $3,000. Usually when you sublease out to companies, you sublease out to insurance, you can do it for about double the market rent. Let's say 6,000, easy math, okay? 20% of that you make is $1,200, okay? Utility 500, vacancy 600, net rent to the owner 3,700. They're still making $700 more than traditional rental. Keep in mind, most long-term renter only make about 10% of traditional rent. So if the rent is 3,000, they only make about $300, right? Now you show them how to make $1,000 a month instead of 300. That's tripling their return, tripling their cash flow. You know, they're gonna be your best friend. You guys get it? Isn't that powerful or what, right? Tripling their cash flow, guys, that is huge, okay? For an investor, you know what I'm talking about. So why would landlord do this? Because number one, we're solving landlord problems or challenges. We're adding value, right? That's the most important thing. The biggest challenges that the owner have when they manage a property is, number one is what? Eviction, right? Squatters. Take a ton of time, money, energy to do it. You just need one bad apple every couple of years, and you know, there goes all your profit. So with us, we have corporate clients. So guess how many evictions we have for the past 10 years doing this? Not just me, but my community of hundreds of members. If you guess 0, you're right, okay? That's incredible, right? If you're hundreds of property, even if one property have one eviction a year, that's 100 eviction, right? Which is all right. That's what traditional rental usually do, right? You have like 1 or 2 eviction every few years, right? But with us, we have 0. Why? Because companies, employees are not gonna risk their livelihood for doing something stupid at your place. They're gonna rent a vacation rental down the street and party over there if they want to do stupid stuff, right? They're not gonna do it at our corporate housing. You see, that's the big difference, guys. And then the second issue that we're solving for owner are maintenance of the properties. So, you know, the owner don't want to maintain the property by themselves. They usually have to fix the toilets by themselves because there's no profit. They can't hire professionals, right? Or they're gonna have to pay out of pocket because there's no profit. They're only making, remember, they're only making $200-300 a month, you know, traditionally, and they had to save that for when the tenant move out to do the whole renovation, okay? But with us, we're getting double, triple the market rent, so therefore we double, triple the profit, okay? That's why, got it? So how do you pitch a landlord? Is this. When you pitch them for co-hosting or managing, you say, how would you like to double or even triple your cash flow while I do all the work for you? Okay, triple or double your cash flow while I do all the work. Remember, you only need a couple of landlords to say yes to get financial freedom, so never give up, okay? Because after your first 3 or 4 landlords, the rest of it's gonna come from referral. The rest of the profit is gonna come from referral. You see? So there you go. So manage and scale, monthly reports, and then rinse, repeat, and scale, okay? So the arbitrage financial freedom formula, month 1, do 1 property, make 2K a month, passive. Month 2, you do 2 more, now you're at 6K. Month 3, you do 2 more, now you're at 10K. In 6 months, you get 20-something K a month, passive. That's $264K a year, that's $2.6 million in 10 years. By month 12, if you want to scale, you know, out like that, that's 40-50K a month right there. You know, take a screenshot of this, put it somewhere. This is all you really need for you to get the freedom that you want in 6 months or less, right? Boom, there you go. That's legacy right there, you see? All right, co-hosting. You do this very similar thing, right? Except making 2K a month, you make 1K a month. Now this is average, okay? If you have, you know, California, New York, a bigger house, I mean, you saw one of my students making 7K a month for one property, right? But this is just average. This is for just generally, okay? When you make 1K per month co-hosting and managing, boom, right? 20 something K in 12 months. Now, for those of you who are a realtor, who need a realtor, this worked extremely well with that. I was a realtor before, right? The way I broke free from that is I focused on investor clients that will allow me to manage their property after I sold it to them. That's huge, right? To share with you. Because investor clients, they don't want to manage the property usually, right? They're busy professional usually. So when you can show them triple the profit and you manage it, why not? That's a win-win for everybody, you see? So now, because we have corporate clients, their returns is 3 to 4 times more than traditional rental. So therefore, they underwrite the property way better. So therefore, they can get into the deal with more money invested because the numbers make sense. You get it? Traditional rental doesn't make sense, but corporate housing definitely makes sense, right? You've seen it for yourself, 100% return a year. Even if you make just half of that, 50% return a year for them. That's ridiculous. They're not going to get that anywhere else. You know, I have some friend here, you know, Eric and all these, you know, have a lot of experience with multifamily. Put down in the chat how much percent do you usually get for a multifamily deal? 10, 15% if you're lucky, right? And then they don't pay you every single month, well, they pay you 5% dividend, but that's like chump change. You know, I put 100K into a multifamily deal, and I was making like $400 a month, right? And I regretted doing that because with that 100K, I can do 10 of these and make 20K a month instead of $500 a month. You guys get it? It's ridiculous what kind of return you can get with this. And you have full control of it. You're not putting money into somebody else's deal that you have no control of it, right? That 100K that I put into that multifamily deal, I can never get out until they sell, and it's all out of my control. I want to have full control of my money, don't you? Right? And I want to make like 100 times more than more like 40 times more, but still 40 times more is a lot versus traditional real estate investment. You see? So that's what I'm talking about. This is amazing if you really get this, okay? All right, so we are the oldest coaching community for midterm rental, okay? If you, again, you go in ChatGPT, it's just search for who is the #1 corporate housing coach in America, will pop up, okay? We're around for a very, very, very long time. We're like the Michael Jordan of the industry, okay? One of the largest nationwide corporate housing network in America, and this is how we're able to leverage. Once you're in, people ask me all the time, how do you help people brand new to do this? #1 key is to leverage our track record, you see, because when you are new, you don't have a track record, and the landlord gonna ask you, how many of these have you done, right? Year one live says your first one, so what's your chances of succeeding if your first deal? Pretty slim and none, right? But when you can say, hey, I'm a part of a nationwide corporate housing network, we've done hundreds of these deals nationwide, right? Here's my website, here's my partner website, boom. Now we want to see if you're probably qualified for what we do. If it is, we do X, Y, and Z for you, you see? That's the big difference, okay? So what does it look like to be part of us? #1, you gotta get rid of any fear, limiting belief that hold you back from your success, all right? 80% of your success is mindset, write that down. That's what Tony Robbins said. You know, most people overlook that, but that is huge. 80-90% of your success is mindset. And then once you get that mindset right, boom, step 2 is using our FAST method, and that will give you weekly mentorship, overcome anything that ever come up for you, you know, utilizing collective intelligence of hundreds of members, not just me or you, right? That's the key. No one man can be 100, or one woman either can be 100 other person, right? In any game, you talk about any sports, you see one person laying a whole against the whole team. Even Michael Jordan can't win, right? And yet entrepreneurs do this all the time. They can win by doing it all themselves. Okay, that's the quickest way to die. Okay, so if you don't have a team, you don't have a community. That's why we have built this for a reason. For the past 10 years, I devoted my life to build this community, and with a lot of my team help, and give a hand to my team. You know, amazing, right? And my community as well. That's why we get the best practices. So that way we're here to help you. Okay. All right. So you guys seen that? Let's go over location. Sounds good. All right. Now we're gonna go over location. All right. Any other questions from what I just covered so far? First of all. Yes, certain states. Yep. Yes, you can do this remotely as well. So we don't want you to pay any property managers. They charge 20-30%. You should be the property manager. Okay, you should be the one who make money from it. Okay, it doesn't take that much to manage these midterm corporate housing. Remember, guys, it's not like short term where you have to manage a lot. Okay, so inside the program, we teach you how to do all of that and leverage other people to do most of the work, so you can make that 20-30%. We go over some of that here too, but yeah. Okay, let me see. Will you charge double the rent regardless of the market in your area? That's a great question. Usually it's double the rent, sometimes it's triple, and sometimes a little bit less. Now that's where the coaching come in. That's where the, you know, individual deals matter, right? Every deal is a little bit different, and there are different pricing strategies as well, you know, for different season and different markets. So that's why, you know, every deal we're gonna go over with our students. Yes, 16 to 18% if you're lucky, right? And most of the multifamily are in bad spots right now. Most of them are over leveraged their deals. They can't pay the investor, and a lot of them are just flop. So, you know, that's not the way to go either, right? But this, you have full control of your property, okay? All right, let's go over a location now, okay? Location, what's the best cities? What's the best thing to look for? Sounds good? Everybody's good? All right, let's make it happen. Location. And hey, if you hang out, I will analyze, I will personally analyze a location for you at the end for the first 3 people. Okay, so just wait till a little bit closer to the end. We got about 45 minutes left here, so I will do everything I can to show you what is the thing you look for in a location. What is a good deal versus bad deal? Okay. So hang tight. All right, let's make it happen. Let's go. All right, winning with location. All right. So everybody stretch for a little bit. Stretch, clap your hand, get some juice flowing. You know, make it happen. If you are able to stand up, jumping jack. Okay. All right. Don't sit for too long. All right. Okay, so winning with location, midterm rental. All right. So pay close attention. I'm gonna breeze through this as well. We have a lot of things to cover. Okay. All right, we'll talk about that, owning versus renting, bypass all this. All right, what states are the best for midterm or corporate housing rentals? Things to look for in the city. The bigger the city is actually the better. The higher the cost of living, the bigger the population is actually better because there's more opportunities there, right? The higher the cost of living, I know inflation is like killing everyone except for who? The landlords. Right? We actually love inflation, right? I mean, we make more, so it's okay. You see? So why don't you be on the other side of the receiving side of inflation? You get it? So that's why it's awesome, right? Hey, higher rent mean higher profit for everybody. Okay, there you go. All right, key factors to consider: populated and large cities, up and coming cities, and cities in transition. Where are the people moving into? Are they moving out of? That's big too. You gotta look at that. Okay. So one of the key things is look at the U-Haul statistic in your area. Okay, is U-Haul, are they building new U-Haul, moving into the expanding the area, or are they closing down U-Haul? Right. That is huge to know which one is moving in now. Okay. I want to make a location ideal for midterm rental. Here's the three secrets, guys: highways, hospitals, and hotels. Write that down. The three H's. Okay. When two highway intersect, right? When two highway intersect, what you got? You got eyeballs. You got attention flow, money flow. Okay. So when two highway intersect, usually you got hospitals and hotels will congregate in one of these areas, one of the four pieces of pie. Okay. Why? Because they know where, follow the wells, you're gonna succeed. These companies have dropped $100 million to $1 billion to build a hotel or a hospital. Don't you think they have done their research? Of course, right? They have done their research. That's why follow the wells, you're gonna succeed, guys. So when the hotels, the hospital congregate, boom, that's where you wanna be as well. Make sense? You wanna avoid downtown and HOA restricted area. You wanna be in a nice suburban neighborhood with good schools, okay? Why? Because downtown and HOA restricted area, they're always gonna have more regulations, right? The regulation is always gonna be more. There's a lot more politics involved. You don't want any of that, right? You want a nice suburban neighborhood with good school, okay? Boom. Yeah, what are the risks associated with poor location choices? Cause low demand, seasonality, higher vacancy rate, difficulty attracting quality tenants, right? Decreased property value, of course. All of this. Okay, book a free consultation call if you haven't already. There you go. How the location impact pricing for midterm rental? Seasonality is less effective with midterm. That's for sure. Right? It will be a big effect on a short term. So, okay, oversaturated area, townhouse, apartments, condos, all of these, I want you to focus on single family. The key is single family, 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath is the sweet spot, okay? If not, 3-bedroom will be okay as well, right? Why? Okay, so I done everything from 1 bedroom to 5, 6 bedroom, okay? Apartments, townhouses, done it all. The reason why is the townhouses will still work, the apartment will still work, okay? But the single family with a private fenced-in backyard and all of that is your golden ticket. Why? Because you don't have a lot of neighbors messing with you, right? You don't have a lot of neighbors complaining about too many in and outs, too much regulation, all of that, okay? It still work, it still work in those areas. I still have some townhouses. I try to stay away from the condos, the apartments, right? But we do some, and my students does them as well, and they do well. However, if you are starting out and you want to expand, single family is the way. That's single family houses, 3, 4 bedroom, close to highways, hospitals, and hotels, right? What are the strategies for competing in saturated markets? Do midterm, not short term. okay, you have to set up to stand out as well. So this one key here, when you're doing 30 days longer, 3 to 6 months stay instead of 3 to 4 nights stay, will change your life, okay? Because now, like, okay, put it this way, you heard of red ocean and blue ocean? Airbnb vacation rental is like red ocean. All the sharks already are there. You know, it's red because there's all the sharks are there, blood's everywhere. Corporate housing, insurance housing is like blue ocean. Not many people know about it at all. Okay, I have students who've been a broker in real estate for 40 years, 40 years, and don't even know anything about this, right? That's why it's blue ocean. You're in the right place at the right time. Now you just gotta take action, okay? And then once you do understand that, you gotta set up to stand out, okay? Set up to stand out. Tomorrow we're gonna go over that, how to set up to stand out. So that way you'll probably stand out, okay? And what is the difference between corporate housing versus vacation rental? Very different strategies for furnishing the place, okay? All right, also do arbitrage because you are more flexible. You can move around quickly, right? And plus you have a lot less risk and you can test the markets versus just put all your eggs in one fix and flip and hope and pray it's gonna work, okay? You can do 10 of them, you see? 10 different markets, 10 different neighborhoods. That's the key, okay? So what, one of them don't work out. You got 9 of them that are working out and you scale into one that work out. You see, double down on what works and cut what doesn't work. It's really hard to do that when you buy a rehab, right? It's not that easy to just get out of it, right? So here's the formula. We went over that. I said I'm gonna breeze through this, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna give you guys, I wanna give you guys the best of the best, okay? Okay, so next we're gonna ask to sublease. How do you ask to sublease, okay? That is what we're gonna go over next. So that way, then we can wrap it all up in a bow and look at some markets and deals for you guys, okay? Okay, so we'll talk about that. So now we're gonna do how to sublease, how to leverage other people's properties. Okay, any questions about what I mentioned about what I cover about location? Okay. Right, while you do that, I'm gonna go to subleasing. Any questions? Put down in the chat. Yeah, midterm, a month, like usually 3 months to 6 months we see on average. Top 3 cities would you invest in this year? Oh, it's hard to say. If you're in the local market and if you're in a decent sized big enough city, I will start with that, okay? You don't want to go remote just yet if you are in a decent sized city with all the things I mentioned, okay? Once you've done like 1 or 2 properties in your local area that's working, right? Then scale and expand, okay? Yeah, the studio, and guess how, you know, you do get bookings, but here's the thing. Wouldn't you rather make more for the same amount of work? You see, we have a 4-bedroom home. We're gonna make like, you know, 2-3K a month, sometimes 4 or 5K a month, versus a studio where you're making like, you know, 1,000 a month. You see, for the same amount of work, and plus it's more transient. So the caliber of people also is not that good. These are companies that we rent to, and insurance companies. What about rural cities? Great question. So as long as they are medium size, like say like a few 100,000 people, you're good. You know, you're good because you can be like king of the hill, right? There's less people, but there's also less competition, and most of the rural America, they don't know anything about what we do, you know, so you can be the king of the hill, you see. Now, also, if you're in a vacation spot, you can also explore a hybrid model. I'm not saying no to all vacation rental, right? Because I know some people love vacation rental, some people are in vacation spots. Now with that, what you do is a hybrid model where the hot season with vacationer, you want to do the vacation rental. Block 3 or 4 months and bank, making a bunch of money with that. The rest of the time you do midterm, you do more corporate housing, you see? That's the best strategy for that as well. So that's a little bit more advanced, but that's something that we also teach, okay? All right, let's go to mastering the art of getting landlords approval for subleasing. How many here want unlimited properties, right? Or you learn, or you master this art, you have access to anybody's property, right? That's what I'm talking about, okay? That's the real key, is when you can literally make money out of thin air and leverage as much property as possible, right? Awesome, love it, love it. Participation, give me a hand, all right? Good job, guys. Okay, so let's go over this. And then we can look at real some live markets and deals, okay? Okay, so we talk about that, short term, midterm, talk about that. All right, the myth is no landlord will agree to sublease, okay? That's a myth once they know what we can do for them. Because one, we will take care of the property like it's our own because it's our business, boom. Secondly, we'll get professionally clean every couple months. They don't have to worry about it. Any repairs under $200 a month, we got to fix ourselves. We're not even going to bother them, right? And our clients are higher caliber professional, well-established career, and they're not going to do anything to jeopardize their job or their families, so they're going to be take care of the property even better. Now, if you're a landlord and I come to you with all of these amazing things that I will do for you, wouldn't you be like, at least have a conversation? At least open to a conversation? Of course, right? Because the average tenant will not do this. The average tenant, a mom and pop, they're gonna negotiate everything. They're gonna ask you to fix everything, right? They're not gonna clean the property and pay for it. All this stuff we're offering them. Guys, that's ridiculous value. Will you agree? I mean, what kind of tenant will get it professionally clean and pay for it? Any repairs under $200, we're gonna pay for it ourselves. We're not gonna bother them in the middle of the night. If it's above that, then yeah. If it's bigger, then yeah. But everything negotiable. We can split that or whatever, right? So that's what I'm talking about. So inside our program, we have 7-figure script to how to do this step by step, okay? That's for our students only, okay? Now, for those of you who want this, because if you guys are loyal follower and I appreciate you staying here for this long, all you gotta do is share this class on either your social media, whether Facebook, Instagram, whatever, right? This will be uploaded on YouTube, okay? So for those of you who shared it, send me a DM in my inbox on Instagram at Dr. Chau BNB, DRCHAU BNB. My team, you can drop my Instagram link so people know, right? And we will give you this script, all right? As long as you got to share this though. Take a screenshot of that. We want to help more people, right? Sounds good? You guys like that? Boom, right? So that's what I'm talking about, okay? Okay, so next. HOA won't agree to midterm rental. That's a myth, okay? Find areas where HOA is more lenient or no HOA. That is like heaven on earth with no HOA in this business. Okay, some HOA allow for 30 days or more rental. There's an abundance of properties, by the way. Okay, so even if one area don't work, there's like 10 other ones that work. Okay, so don't get hung up on just one area, guys. You guys understand what I'm saying? Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. Okay, another myth is subleasing is illegal or against rental agreement. Hey, this has been around for decades. Put it in writing, guys. There's a sublet clause that we have, a template that we have as well for our students, right? And we have every single thing covered to make it work for you guys, okay? But yeah, it's definitely been legal for a long time, long time, okay? That's why there's a whole industry that's been hidden until, I made history by when going viral on social media many years ago. That's how this whole industry is pretty much born. Before that, nobody know about it. Everybody was talking about short term. But anyway, subleasing leads to property damage or loss of control. So corporate clients, they're amazing clients. They're not gonna do anything to, hurt their job. Right? It's a necessity versus a want. That's another thing. And then we have triple insurance. Not only we got rental insurance, landlord insurance, we have our company insurance, we have the platform that we market it on, their insurance as well. You see? So it's actually more better insurance than just regular rental. You guys get it? Okay. And then leases from the corporate clients and the platform. So we do have control. We do have leases. We do have deposit collected from the corporate clients themselves, right? Okay, so book a free call if you haven't already. Again, I only got 5 spots, and I think like 2 or 3 of them already taken. So I will devote an hour for the lucky 5 winners. So the link is in the chat. Register now, okay? If you're not one of the lucky winner, my team will also give 20 to 30 minutes of their time for you as well. So either way, you're gonna win, all right? How many in here want that? All right, so the link is in the chat. There we go. All right, myth: it's impossible to find suitable properties for midterm clients. Abundance of property, guys. Just go on Zillow or any of these rental platform and put in there your area. 3 bedroom, 2 bath in your area. You see how many properties are for rent. And there's new one daily. There's abundance of them. This is not the regular. How many here done like traditional real estate, where you're trying to find a stretched property 50% off? One of my students doing this for a long time, and he said you gotta make like 1,000 calls, and like 900 of them either don't pick up or they cuss you out until you talk to a couple people. You see, this is not that, guys. This is warm call. People are expecting you to call, and people want to rent their properties. So people sometimes are begging you to call, especially if they're on the market for 60 days or longer. Shoot, you see what I'm saying? So you can pick and choose from, right? You can pick the best properties in the best neighborhood with the best rehab without spending your entire fortune on. Does that make sense? That's the other thing I love about this business is let somebody else qualify for the loan. Let somebody else save up a lot of money, 5 to 10 years, and then they do all the rehab, take them a whole year to do all of that, while you just roll in and make money from day one. Boom. You see? Just control the property with your rent. That's it. That's all you need. Or partner up with the landlord. Be a co-host, right? We give landlord security and peace of mind, okay? Midterm arbitrage is too complex and risky. This is much less risky than buying a property. One property that you buy, you can do 5 to 7 arbitrage, right? Less cost to get started, less loss if it doesn't work out. When you don't have the proper mentorship, yeah, it's complex and risky, okay? But when you do, like us, It's like a no-brainer, right? Because I'm all about risk to reward. Remember asymmetrical risk to reward? When you have that on your side, when you win 10 times than you lose. So you only need to be right 1 out of 10 times. And then we have the best practices of hundreds of members that will give you 90-something% success rate. So you combine those two things together, and plus me helping you every single week, and hundreds of members group chat where you have a question, boom, you have an answer right away within that day. Hey, how can you lose, right? The only way you lose, or anybody lose here, is when they are not coachable. They think they know it all, or they think that their way is better, even though they're just starting. Okay, that's when you lose. We're trying to reinvent the wheel. Okay, other than that, you follow what we do, easy keasy. Okay, all right. Corporate clients, another myth, are difficult to attract and retain. True if you do not have the resources that we have or know what they need, right? So we have dozens of proven resources and blueprints on how you can do this, because we've been doing this forever. Like hundreds of my, not just me, but I have hundreds of my members. A lot of them are doctor, lawyer, very, very smart people. A guy who makes like millions of dollars a year and 70 years old, a couple of those guys in there. If it's not a good opportunity, they wouldn't have done it. You see what I'm saying? These guys are veterans, and they're way smarter than I am. We test everything under the sun to give you the best resources and the best practices. And then corporate clients are easier to satisfy than vacationer, actually. A lot easier, okay? Because everything is not an emergency. If you're on vacation, it's an emergency because you're only there for two days. So something go wrong, it's an emergency, But when they are there for 3 to 6 months, hey, you can fix it tomorrow, right? You see what I'm saying? That's why it's amazing. Another myth is scaling a rental business without proper property ownership is impractical. It's actually much more practical because you scale like 8 times faster, right? You test the market with little risk. Scaling with ownership is impractical because it takes you years to buy the property, and then you're stuck in a mortgage for 30 years, and who knows, anything can happen in those 30 years and you might risk foreclosure, you see? So that's what I'm talking about. Now, I'm all about owning properties, right? But if you don't have at least your financial freedom, 10K, 20K, passive income, do that first. Get your freedom first. You can go back and buy as many properties you want. It's always going to be there for you. You see what I'm saying? But if you don't have multiple sources of income backed up by real estate right now, you're in a very dangerous position. If all your money, all your income is depending on your job or your business, that's only one source of income. What if something happened to you? What happened to your income? It's gone, right? It's like I was a pharmacist making 6 figures. I thought I was a high roller, whatever, But then the thought always came across my mind, what if I lose my job? What if I lose my license? If one mistake and I could lose my license? That happened. A lot of my friends. So listen to me, guys. You're in a please do yourself and your family a favor and do this as soon as you can, because if not, if you only have 1 or 2 sources of income, you're in a very dangerous place, okay? And you're putting your family in danger as well. So imagine you expand this to have 10 different houses, 10 sources of income, making 20, 30K a month. Boom, there you go. And the skill set that you learn is not what you get, it's who you become. That's what Jim Rohn, the teacher of teachers, said. His mentor, Tony Robbins. That's Tony Robbins' mentor. It's not what you get, it's who you become in the process, right? It's the knowledge, the skill set. If one of the house don't work out, by learning the skill set and mindset, you can open that one up. How fast? Instantly. Like pretty much like within a week, you can get another deal going. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's so important to learn the skill set. Okay, so we start the fast method, right? We're talking about fire relocation, asset sublease. Tomorrow, come back, we're gonna talk about setup to stand out, and then we're gonna talk dive deeper into the corporate client, how to tap into corporate clients, okay? But we only got 20 minutes left. I want to respect everybody's time. So for this last 20 minutes, I'm gonna answer any questions, and I will take the top 3 locations that you want me to analyze. So drop in the chat now. So let's analyze some location together, okay? And if you have a deal, you know, pop it in, you know, pop in the chat, the address, you know, you wanna, if you have your own deal, maybe we have time, we look at it, no promises, but I did promise for analyze the market. So, all right, first person to win. Yeah, IG link is Dr. Chau B&B. Dr. Chau B&B right there. Yeah, my team, come on guys, get the link for people for my Instagram, but it's Dr. Chau B&B, like that. Okay, the one with the blue mark. Had like 50-some thousand followers on that one. Okay, so where we at? Where we at? We are at Seattle. Seattle. All right, let's go to Seattle, guys. So first of all, you want to go Google Map, Gmap, Google Map. Okay, I want you to search for Seattle. Let me share screen here. So what are the 3 H's, guys? The 3 H's, like I said before. Highways, right? So Seattle. See if I can move this out a little bit here. All right. Seattle, Seattle. You can see there's a lot of highways right here, right? Crossing highway, crossing highway. Okay. Now we're gonna search for hospital. Okay. Gonna search for hospital. There's Kaiser, there's UW right there, okay. There's a couple down here, okay. There you go. And then we can search for hotels, right? Hotels, okay. So zoom in a little bit, all these red dots are hotels, right? So you got a few up here, a few down here. Boom, you see? So we saw, so for example, like this 2 right here, crossing with Hyatt, right? Some hospital. It's a great place, right? So there you go. So some of these, you want to look at the market overall and then see where are the big players are putting their chips, basically, okay? Usually it's by 2 highway intersect. Let's see, these 2 highway intersects. You got the Hilton, Continental, right here. Over here, 2 highway intersect, you know. You got Embassy Suites by the Hilton too. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And then there were some hospitals too. So anywhere around this circle here is what you should be looking at. So then you just go to Zillow, literally, and put in 3 bedroom, 2 bath. Okay. So let me pop this over here. Google Chrome. Go to Zillow. Zillow is the best one. Okay. Because this has the most updated info. Okay, so you want to put in 3 bedroom, 2 bath. 4 bedroom, 2.5 bath is probably even better. Okay. However, Seattle is expensive. So you want to do about, yeah, if you can get 4 bedroom, that'd be great. If not, 3 bedroom, 2 bath will be fine. Let me share screen here. And then the criteria that you want to look for are pet friendly. Home type is houses. No apartments, no townhouses, entire place, okay? And then now if you have a townhouse, it could still work, okay? I'm just saying if you have an apartment, still work. But when you expand your business, this is the best way to expand, you know, get the best bang out of your buck. Allow small dogs, allow cats, okay? You don't have to allow large dogs, okay? And the other thing to look for is single story. If you can get a single story home or at least have a bedroom on the first story, that's very important as well, okay? Okay, so let me do this here. Okay, so as you can see here, we got a bunch of rental, right, in around the area that we want to look at. You see, a ton of them. Okay, now you don't want to go too high in rent, right? You want to be about a median pricing for what you look at. So I'm just looking at a quick overview of this. I say about 4,000 a month to 5,000 a month max. Okay, so you want to put a max of 5,000 a month and then apply, and boom, and then you can do this on your Zillow app, and you get notification anytime there's a new property is open. That's even better, right? So remember this area where we analyze the two highway intersect right here. Boom. So this one is townhouse, okay? So you want to go and see if you can find something. But I know Seattle is very expensive. So sometimes if it's too expensive an area, you can still do townhouses. Okay. So any one of these, right? And the way that you want to look for, this one is single family. This one is whole single family home with 3650, right? Not bad at all. Not bad at all, right? You see, boom. You see, somebody have went in and rehab this whole thing. Took a long time to rehab, a lot of money. You see, new everything. You see this? That's like 100K that they put in. And guess how much you put in? First month rent and deposit. And then you make money right away. You know, or you partner with them and you don't put any money down. You see? Boom. All day long. 3650. This one you can rent for about 8,000 or 9 or 10,000. So you double the market rent. You see? So you make at least the good thing about expensive market is you make more. You don't make 2,000 a month. You make more like 4,000 a month in this market. You see? So that's why. All right. There you go. I found you a deal. Easy as pie. That's pretty easy, you know? Boom, right? And then you will call them and tell them all the things that I told you before, the 4 step, like the 4 things that are in their benefit, right? And it's really is a no-brainer for them. If they don't see how it's gonna work for them, it's either they're not very bright, they're very close-minded, or you're not communicating with confidence. Okay? That's why mindset and training is everything. But anyway, so you guys got it? Awesome. Great job, guys. That's it, right? Look how many properties are out there. Look how many deals are out there. Hundreds of them, guys. All you need is 10 of these and you live the rest of your life with like freedom. You see? Isn't that crazy? Is that amazing? Look how many deals out there. So many deals, okay? All right. So next, I'm gonna go to the next market, Marietta, California. So right now, I want you to go and search your local market, okay? For the homework tonight, at least, is find your local market like I did, find out 10 different deals, 20 different deals actually, and make 20 phone calls. I challenge you to make 20 phone calls. You know, if you overachieve, make 100 phone calls, and you're gonna land a deal. Okay, you're gonna land a deal when you take this seriously, and that deal is the first deal, which is the most important deal for you, for most of you, and that will get you the financial freedom, right? So, y'all commit to do that? Who need to commit to their dreams, their goals? Okay, talk is cheap. Show them what you got. Okay, it's a challenge. So I want to challenge you to take the next step. The next action is one, book a call with us, and then next step is analyze your market and make you 20 phone calls. Hey, if anything, it's a practice. Hey, if you don't want to do your local area, do it in another area. I don't care. It's good practice, right? And then come back tomorrow and you find a good deal. We analyze the deal for you, and who knows? Maybe you land a deal. You know, sounds good. And that deal can change your life forever. So I will analyze a couple more markets, but I'm gonna share with you some of my testimonial real quick, so that way you can know more.
I want to introduce somebody very special, amazing, awesome student who's working 50 hours a week with 2 little kids. It really blew my mind how working moms can also build a side business that within months able to make 6-figure income. Now she have 20 properties, 20 corporate housing, generating more than doctors make. And also travel. She travel, take vacation almost every single month. I'm just so happy to be able to have her here. Is Coach Ann.
Hi guys. I'm Anne, to be correct. I'm actually having 21 properties. It wasn't that I'm taking vacation every month, but actually every week. I wouldn't be able to do all that without doing the corporate housings.
I've been following Dr. Chau for a long time on Instagram, because for me, I'm thinking if I'm gonna invest, I wanna make sure that I invest wisely because I worked hard for my money, right? And so I've been following Dr. Chau for a long time. Our life has just been so much easier with corporate housing. With our one house, for the last months, we've spent honestly the entire time 5 hours within these last 5 months. So an hour a month, guys, honestly.
What I like is the access, having access to Dr. Chau, the coach. I got his phone number. I can call him for anything. You got to make time or get on their schedule, but Dr. Chau is ready to answer my call if I need it. I haven't yet, but I have faith in him, know that he will pick up. So that's a big bonus. I tested him. When I say test him, I test his character, and that's what I like about Dr. Chau. He's a real guy. That's why I appreciate Dr. Chau and the program. So.
It has been a learning experience for us because it's a whole new business. We also come from corporate America, college and real estate. All of that was completely new for us. I had a hard time with making the phone calls, but like you guys said, it's just important to just go for it and make the calls. And we did. We jumped on it, started making phone calls. And after that, it really only took 2 or 3 phone calls. We got our first property in September. We went to go meet the property owner, and he's like an investor. And when he met us right away, we introduced ourselves, met him in person, shook his hand, felt like we were family. He never did a background check on us, credit check, nothing. He signed the lease that night, definitely a blessing. And then we had our house listed within 2 weeks after that. He actually referred us to an investor friend. So our second property that we got, they offered it to us. We listed it on a Wednesday, and by Friday we had 3 inquiries, and it's booked for 3 months now. This house that we got now, we rented for $1,895, I think. With the insurance, we're charging $4,200 per month.
We have faith in this program, and we're happy with the coaches. Been really great to us. We're excited to get our 3rd and 4th property by the end of the year, hopefully.
Let's go.
Within the first month of joining the program, we had a baby. The next month, we onboarded 3 houses. What is your excuse? Let's get on board.
So last year, Kathy went to our event like this, just sitting in your seat. She had 1 property where she was struggling with short-term rental, blah, blah, blah. And now fast forward a year now, how many properties you have now? 6. On average, $2K a month for properties. You're making 6-figure income, man, in 1 year.
Right now, I have 3 properties.
Awesome. And how much you make average per property per month? About 3 to 3.5 per property. It's 3,000 to 3,500 per property. So man, you're killing it. And those 3 properties making you almost 10K a month.
I started my program last September. I started with nothing, had just enough money to get one house. Now I'm at 9 houses. I took 5 houses last October. My gross annual right now per month is about $65,000 a month.
This is one of the best masterminds I've been to. I've formed a lot of great relationships, partnerships, just from this one weekend. Better concepts of how to do this business, what to say, how to do it, who to do it with, who not to do it with.
Thank you, Dr. Chau. Thank you for this event. I felt truly at home. My heart is in peace. I trust. I felt understood. I felt cared for from really all of you. And just, I think this is my community from now on.
I also want to just express gratitude to Dr. Chau, the coaches, the team. Putting on this live event was just life-changing for me. On behalf of my family, I know it's going to do well for us. I'm so excited for the future. Thank you.
There was a point in your life, I am sure, Dr. Chau, that I don't know if you envisioned or where this whole idea came from, but you're absolutely a trailblazer and a pioneer, and it must have taken a whole lot of chutzpah, a lot of courage, a lot of determination, and brilliance. I'm just deeply grateful that you shared it with a lot of us. I will be missed.
All right. Okay. Let's analyze. And we go on our way. So tomorrow we'll come back, okay? All right, so we're looking at a lot of things here. Fair enough tonight. I lost connection in this AM point. Okay. Okay. Atlanta. Let's do it. Okay, a lot of people in Atlanta. Let's see what else. Charlotte is good too. I see you. Spots for sure. Hey guys, so sorry about that. My internet connection got some issues. So you know, hey, we that's real life. For the last couple minutes here, come back tomorrow, and I will promise to analyze more deals for you. Okay, that's the homework for tonight. But hey, I want to share you this view before we go. It's awesome view. Look at this, guys. This dream come true right here. That's the sunset overlooking Malibu right there. Gorgeous, gorgeous area. The most, it's like the most amazing beach, like the most bougiest, expensive beach in the world, pretty much. And you know, we are here. We're here. So if an immigrant boy can be here like this, you know, came to America with absolutely nothing, no English, nobody, right? Learn all that myself. With my family, sleep on a mattress. We would four of us sleep on one mattress in the ghetto, right? And have helped hundreds of people just like you to do this. Now is your turn, right? Why not you? Why not now? Why not you? Why not now? Okay. So I hope you are inspired today. Go out there, take massive action. Massive action is the cure, guys. Massive action is the cure. Okay, my hands go crazy. But that's okay. Who cares? All right, it's a little bit windy. But anyway, much love, guys. Okay. Share this, like this. I see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Challenge you to make 20 phone calls tonight. At least get a deal. Come back tomorrow with the deal. Okay. Book a link if you haven't already. My calendar is pretty much slammed, but let's see if I can squeeze you in. The links in the chat. You want to have this lifestyle freedom, you know. The first way, the best way is tap into what we already have. And I will give you an hour free of my time or my advisor time. So either way, you're going to win. So book that call. And with that, we're going to not going to do anything without being in peak state, right? So celebrate yourself, guys. Celebrate as if you already achieve financial freedom rest your life, okay? What will you do when you get financial freedom rest your life? What will you do with your time, with your loved ones, with whoever, right? What do you want to do? Celebrate right now as if you already made it. So get up out of your chair, jump, 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 jump. Celebrate. Be grateful that we are alive. We are here. We are together. That's the most important thing. I believe in divine connection. God is my Jesus, my Lord and Savior, and everything I have is His. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for sticking with us this long. A lot of you have been following me for years. Thank you so much. I don't take it lightly at all. I look forward to 10x your life, 10x your future, getting financial freedom. So may you have a wonderful day, a wonderful evening, and let's make it happen, guys. God bless you. I will see you on the beaches of the world. Let's go. Yeah. Beautiful sunset right here. Woo. Let's go. Thanks, guys. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow, okay? All those book a call with us. I'll see you on the call. Take care. Bye-bye. 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 Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Woo.